Greetings, guys. Back at you with another video. So, tonight I wanted to talk about the air. These are going to be channeled messages, so just try to stay in where you can. Okay. Now, there's a lot of anger in the air, righteous anger and unjustified anger. So you want to be mindful of which side of the spectrum you're on at this time. Really sit still with yourself and see what you're angry about. What you're going to be picking up on, like why people are angry with you. Some of you guys are going to be like, okay, I could see why they're angry with me. And then some of you guys are going to be like, man, they are full of shit. I don't care why they're angry with me. And then some of you guys might even look within self and be like, yo, I'm mad about some shit that holds no weight in my life. That's not making me any money. That's not bringing me any stability. It's not bringing you any love, sex, happiness, nothing. So it's really time to look in those spaces in your mind where you could be angry about some stuff. Now, if it's justified anger, righteous anger, you want to find a solution for it. Because too much justified or righteous anger unsolved or unattended to can turn into unjustified anger. And then you could find yourself lashing out at people who really haven't even done anything towards you that's detrimental to your life. Like people are looking for reasons to be upset. And if you don't give them a reason to be upset with you, if they are on a low enough vibration, they will find a reason. They will create them, okay? There's going to be a lot of miscommunication going on. The reason being is because we in this passive aggressive or just very passive, very opportunistic time where people are afraid to communicate what they really feel. And so that's going to cause a lot of problems. But one of the reasons people are afraid to say what they really feel is because they don't want to lose opportunities. They don't want to lose following. They don't want to lose attention. They don't want to lose a situationship or a fuck buddy or a frenemy or they just don't want to be open. People are refusing to say exactly what they feel, therefore resulting in passive aggressive behavior and words or lack thereof words. What I mean by is like the lack thereof portion is like when people refuse to say exactly what they feel, they either give you the silent treatment or they like say little, lowballing things to try to get you in your head. Now, there's going to be people you're noticing who are feeling like they're not getting enough attention. So they're going to act stupid and childish point blank. A lot of people right now need attention to survive. It's like they don't know that it's attention. Some people know it's attention that they want. Let's be clear, because some people are not as naive or as ditzy as they pretend to be. Some people know they crave attention. They need attention. They thrive on the attention of others to make them feel secure and whole. And when they come up against people who don't give a fuck about attention or being liked or anything like that, they don't know how to respond to that because they don't have anything to go on. But some people are about to be acting out because you're not giving them the attention they desire. And the weird thing is that I'm getting channeled is that some of this attention is like wasted attention. Which brings me to the next thing is that some people are going to be ghosted and some people are going to be ghosting. And they won't know why, but some will know exactly why. So It's like someone who craves the attention of the village. They could come across as very royal to you, like they got it all together and whatnot, but that's only when they're receiving attention. As soon as that attention is snatched from them, and not even snatched, some of these people can't even deal with being alone or not having someone to um, absorb. They can't even go 8 hours a day. Like, these are the types of people who be in healthy, happy, who will have a healthy, happy partner, and that partner could go to work or go to school, and this person has to just hurry up and jump on the internet or sit up in somebody's face to get some type of attention. These are people who will slander and backstab you and talk about you just so they can have attention, because the only attention they will get is by bringing up your name. You're gonna be ghosting these types of people. Now, some of these people are in denial, so they will be like, I don't even know why they don't fuck with me no more. I don't even know why they don't talk to me no more. Knowing that they are the childish, attention-seeking, miscommunicative people, unjustified, angry people that you are moving away from. There's just something that's going on in the air where people's spirits, people's bodies, their makeup, their energy, their whatever the fuck you want to call it, just cannot deal with that type of shit anymore. You're about to start seeing a lot of people ghosting, moving away, going away, disappearing by their own choice. People are at this space in their lives where they are tired of absorbing the energy of people around them. Now, a contrarian might say, well, you can still be around people, just protect your energy, just put up a guard, just be mean, just be quiet, just be spiteful, just be standoffish. Look, sensitive beings who give a fuck about how they feel inside won't do that. They won't play that unhealthy game. They would rather move away and stay away and be in their own sacred, beautiful space, rather than to have to go around people and pretend like they don't know what's going on, to always have to be around people that they have their guard up against. Some people are going to be choosing to go MIA. This is going to trigger a lot of codependent people. Some people are very dependent on your energy. They're very dependent on you. Some people are dependent and expecting you to be there for them to sit up around you and be angry and spiteful. I'm speaking of like someone that may be mad at you or mad at whatever the fuck it is they're going through in their life, and opposed to them dealing with it, they'll say, hey, let me go sit up with you. I'm going to come sit up under you, and I'm going to be mean, and I'm going to be short, and I'm going to be spiteful toward you, and I'm going to say little shady shit toward you. But if you are truly my friend or my lover or my family member or my whatever the fuck or my associate or whatever, you're going to put up with it because you're supposed to be a good person, and a good person is supposed to put up with my shit because they know I'm going through something. Whole time, maybe you do know this person is going through something, but that does not make you their emotional punching bag. That does not give them the rights or the grounds to come and sit up under you with heavy negative energy when they're not using any solutions and they're not processing things to get them back on track. It is not your responsibility to be anybody's spiritual or emotional punching bag. And we are definitely in a time right now where everybody is victimized. Everywhere you go, or basically when you look online and all this shit, everybody's mad about something. Everybody's a victim to something, and I get it. But it's not society's responsibility to be the punching bag or the sounding board for that 24/7. People want to live. People want to breathe. People are fighting battles that other people do not know about. So you got to be careful, because everybody not playing with you right now. Everybody is not open to you coming in, and just because you had a bad day, now you can flip on them and they supposed to just take it. or you being passive aggressive and they're supposed to just take it. Now, the next thing that I got was drink lots of water all day, all night. Like, I'm talking about always having a bottle of water next to you. Now, I know there are health fanatics out there who say we're not supposed to drink cold water, but I'm being guided to say even freeze bottles of water and take them out and have them by your bed so you could be drinking them constantly throughout the day, especially if you're living in a very hot climate. All types of spring water and alkaline water right now needs to be like with you 24/7. No sugary drinks, no soda, no pasteurized juices, no fruit juices unless it's real fruit. I'm like no high C, no Hawaiian punch, no Kool-Aid, like all that shit. No. Like, have real fruit juices, real spring water, real alkaline water, lemon water, cucumber water, mint water. Things like that are going to be very important for your body right now. Get you some key limes, cut them up, put them in gallons of water, let it ferment overnight. Drink that throughout the whole day. Like, your spirit is calling for you to alkalize your body because there's a lot of attacks that's coming through the air. Whether it be energetically or just things that are being pushed out. So it's really time to tighten up on that. Like, you don't need to be dehydrated at this time. You also got protect your crown chakra. Now, this is important because some of us are very sensitive to the thoughts of others, like the chemtrails, the things from the sky, just in general. If you know you're gonna be on camera or some shit, cover your head if you can. Everybody ain't gonna listen to this. It ain't for everybody. But a lot of you need to be covering your crown chakra at this time, massaging your scalp at this time, using crystals that heal the third eye and the crown chakra. It's going to be vitally important at this time for a lot of you, especially those of you who get a lot of downloads or those of you who experience a lot of psychic attacks, psychic the mind. It's important for you to be protecting your crown chakra. Excuse me. Now, another thing I got was do not respond to confrontation. It's only going to lower your vibe tremendously. Now, the ones who can't get your attention in a passive aggressive way or a disingenuous way, they will create conflict or confrontation. They will throw stones and they will hide their hands and they will plant seeds of confusion. They will plant seeds of conflict and try to make them grow in the garden of your mind. Do not water those seeds. Do not respond to that. If someone comes up towards you at this time with some confrontation, now don't get me the fuck wrong. Some people need to be put in their place, because I just feel this energy of people who are like poking and prodding at others purposely to get a rise out of them and cause confusion. So that's where it gets tricky. Some people deserve a fucking swift talking to, for lack of better words, as some deserve your silence. And in some cases, your silence will speak value, right? Like, you don't really have to say too much. You might be able to give a look, or you may be able to just ignore something, walk away. If you can do that, please do that. Look and see where your what's in your Mars placement, or what's in your Pluto placement, or where you have Scorpio and Aries and Sagittarius in your chart. That's important right now, okay? Look for that. You'll know how to balance out your responses and stuff like that. Now, if you are an Aries sun and rising and moon or Venus, you want to be careful because you may be triggered to just pop off at shit that doesn't even deserve it. And if you have strong Scorpio or Pluto placements, you might be quick to just hurry up and want to like retreat and then plot revenge and then come back later when the problem has already been dissolved, and you want to be careful of that. And if you are sad, you want to be careful about your emotions at this time because you could be very upset about something you feel like you're not getting, some type of attention, some type of acknowledgement, and you want to be careful right now with how you respond to that and to how you respond to conflict. Now, per usual, the next thing we got was protect your children, give them spiritual baths. It's one thing to be lighting the herbs, doing the cleanses, cleansing yourself and illuminating your own self and adorning yourself with crystals and all these things. Get the same shit for your children, because one bad fruit spoils the bunch. So if you're purifying and cleansing yourself, you need to be doing the exact same thing for your children. On Monday, everybody needs to do a spiritual bath. On Wednesday, everybody needs to do a spiritual cleansing. Thursday, everybody needs to do a prosperity bath. Like, it has to be, I don't want to say ritualistic, but then I kind of do. You know what I'm saying? Use your discernment with that. But the enemy, and I'm not even speaking in terms of people, I'm speaking of the enemy in the air, is really seeking to divide and conquer at this time. So you want to be careful. And you want to be mindful. You don't want to be afraid. You don't want to be frantic. You don't want to be unreasonable. But you want to be cleansed, clear, and you want to be sharp right at this time, because there's a lot of illusions being pumped out to us every day, a lot of distractions, a lot of bullshit, try to knock us off our path, what we're supposed to be doing at this time, guys. And it's real out here. So whatever you're doing in terms of protection and cleansing for yourself and knowledge of self, definitely, and however old your child is, you know, you have to attune it to their comprehension. But you have to be giving them the baths, cleansing them, putting those protective and healing crystals in their pillowcases and under their beds, and giving them necklaces or bracelets and things that you are getting for yourself. It definitely has to be given to the children too, because they are the future. And the enemy seeks to devour these pure, youthful spirits, okay? Spirits say youthful souls. Now, the next one might trigger or piss somebody off, but do not eat out. Especially McDonald's or fast food or like Wendy's, or like, I'm just hearing like beef. We're gonna tap more into that on the next live, but there's something going on with the beef, and unfortunately, guys, there's something going on with the chicken too. I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody into being vegan or vegetarian, because I don't give a fuck about what nobody do. I'm just giving the messages that I have been sent to give. But if you can refrain from eating McDonald's, that would be a very good thing at this time. Okay, the next thing I got was get that spirulina and that chlorella. It's so important, especially that chlorella. It can protect you in ways that you don't even know. Like it can protect your mind. It will protect your body. You guys, there's a time to start moving any heavy metals out of your body. The next thing I got was heal the healthy relationships, friendships in your life. Um, Now this is not, oh, take back your narcissistic ex or your abusive friend or partner or family member. I'm talking about the healthy ones where there were like small misunderstandings or something like that, and all it takes is a genuine, honest conversation to clear these things out. Those are the relationships you need to be healing. That's why it's so important to communicate at this time. A lot of people are afraid of direct communication because they get so easily triggered and easily offended that some people don't even want to hear how they have wronged you. Some people don't even want to hear how they've wronged others, or they don't want to even be seen in a not so great positive light, that they will be triggered and even drawn to anger and confrontation and conflict just by you saying like, hey, I don't like this, I didn't like when this happened, this is my experience with a certain individual, this is my experience with a certain thing. People are looking for reasons to be triggered these days, so just be mindful on the relationships you're healing. But if you can heal something that wasn't like chaotic and backstabby and fucking fake and twisted, heal those things. Try to. It might be very important. Now I'm also hearing, take an honest look at the people in your life. Do they consistently hurt you? Or have they just made mistakes due to troubles they may be having, especially problems or troubles they've never expressed to you, because sometimes people don't just emote. People have to feel safe to tell you maybe some traumatic things that they have been through. That those could be the people that are withdrawing. You could be in that position. But everybody really needs to take a look at self right now, because I notice out here in this spiritual community, it's just a lot of projection. A lot of, this is what I've been through, so this has to be your experience. If this is not your experience, then you're wrong and you're attacking me or some shit like that. A lot of people are in that vibe right now. And it's a lot of mental health issues that are inside this little so-called spiritual community that are making people act a fucking fool. Like, people ain't even religious. They have clung to spirituality, and they've seen spirituality or this spiritual trend as a dumping ground for mental health issues that they haven't even tackled or acknowledged that they could be suffering from. And that's why it's a lot of black dark magic or whatever the fuck you want to call it floating around. That's why people resort to spells, because they're very passive aggressive and they don't know how to say, hey, you hurt me, I don't like this, this is how I'm feeling vulnerable and it makes me uncomfortable. So the first thing they want to do, oh, I gotta do a spell on this person, or oh, I gotta hurt this person, or oh, I gotta attack this person. And it's a lot of that going on. And I'm telling you, spirit is tired of that shit. And spirit is gonna get quiet on a lot of motherfuckers. It's gonna get quiet. Spirit is gonna stop saying, giving motherfuckers downloads. Spirit is gonna stop giving people messages, because spirit also will not be abused. And I know there's this thing where your spirit is no place or thing or whatever like that, but I'm talking about the divine energy of it all. Like, spirit is going to snatch back a lot of privilege if people don't quit acting a fucking fool. And then people will be left to cling to false spirits, false ideologies, toxic ideologies, toxic entities and shit like that, because people ain't moving righteous no more. When we talk about this spiritual warfare, people think it's just going to be people walking around shooting each other, acting a fucking fool, acting crazy. Now, on some parts of the world, that is going on, but this spiritual warfare, it's more mental. It's more of the psyche. That's why a lot of people are experiencing psychic attacks. It's a lot of the psyche, and you want to be still, Still, and you want to be still, Steel, hardened in a way that certain things cannot penetrate you, like stainless steel is what I'm saying. Stainless steel. You know how stainless steel can easily be disinfected, wiped down, cleansed? Those are the services we make a lot of products and food and things of that nature on. Stainless steel. You want your energy and your mind to be like stainless steel at this time. And so that's very important. I know that was a little bit of a rant, but I'm just saying there's a lot of shit going on, and I'm picking up on all of it. Now, the next thing I got was communicate. There again, ask the important questions. Check yourself first. Because sometimes we just be like, I feel like this, so I gotta act like this. And we don't even be like, yo, is this person deserving of all this anger I had in my spirit all week? And now they miscommunicated something to me, or they disagree with me, or I don't agree with them, and I'm just unleashing all of this shit on them. Like, it's really time to check yourself, because a lot of people, whether you want to believe it or not, are trying to keep it together. A lot of people are fed up. A lot of people have had enough. A lot of people are feeling unappreciated. A lot of people are the brunt of people's anger, people's sexual frustration, people's evil eye, people's evil energy. It's just a lot, and some people aren't checking themselves. Did that person in line really deserve you to just unload on them just because they accidentally bumped you with their cart? Like, little shit like that. People, it's time to really check self. Now, the next thing I got was, are your problems mostly from social media? People you don't fucking know. Now, I see too much of this on spiritual Twitter, fucking so-called spiritual Instagram, spiritual YouTube, all this shit. People are actually out here beefing with people they've never even sat in the same room with. People are beefing with each other over zodiac signs. People are beefing with each other over tweets, over posts, over memes, over, you didn't like my photo, you didn't hurry up and respond to my DM, you didn't add this, you didn't add my, like, it's a lot of sickness, okay, with this social media shit. Like, and all the mental health issues are being played out right in front of us. Like, people just wilding out on social media, arguing, creating beefs with people they will never meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's a weird ass fucking vibe right now. And I'm telling you, spirit is fed up. We are in a spiritual warfare right now, an energetic warfare. So you want to be careful the energy you're absorbing at this time. And you wanna stay in perspective. Like, man, why I'm gonna be arguing with somebody I'm gonna never ever meet in my life? Like, you gotta really say that shit to yourself. And then you gonna feel foolish. But some people gotta have the last word. Some people got a point to prove. Some people just, I don't know, some people just unstable. And if you look at how people carry themselves on social media, you can kind of pinpoint why they lonely in real life. Why people don't fuck with them in real life. If they argumentative and chaotic with strangers on the internet, taking people pictures to do magic on them, and throwing evil eye at people that they don't even know in real life. How you think they act towards the people they do know in real life? That's an important question to ask yourself before you engage in any type of debate or argument with somebody. Nobody online deserves a response to them for your energy or for your opinion, unless they coming at you on some like, hey, what's your perspective on this? Then that's a whole different vibe. But if people are just confrontational and all this shit, and with the hyper connective energy right now, where people just feel like they have to be connected to someone, they have to be best buddies because y'all follow each other, like shit like that, you got to be careful about that, because there's a lot of lonely and sick people who ain't really showing who they truly are, and they don't have nobody in their real life to go to because of those same things. People have abandoned them in real life, like, yo, I'm out of here, you on some weird shit. And then they go straight to social media to find people to portray this holier than thou image to when they on some wicked shit anyway. And everybody gonna have a following. The most wicked people you could think of gonna have a following. The demons gonna have a following. The people you consider good are gonna have a following. Fuck a following. Be around people you could lead with. Ain't nobody your spiritual God or your spiritual guru or none of that shit. Take what resonates with you from people, respect that, and move on. But we grown ass people right now, and we can't be looking out to social media to gain some type of acceptance, because you wouldn't want that for the children. There again, the children, because they're doing that too in some aspects. That's where a lot of children's depression is coming from right now. It's not being accepted and not getting the likes and the attention that they deserve, they feel they deserve from strangers on the internet. Okay. The next thing I got was, are you still mad about old relationships, friendships, and associations that hold no weight in your life and have been removed from you by God, Spirit, the universe? Some people's anger is stemming from 5, 6 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. And they just carrying that shit like a badge, like a fucking crown. Some of these people carry their anger and they bitterness like a fucking crown. It's time to release some shit so you can get better, so you can get new, so you can get what's truly crafted for you. But I'm hearing right now somebody real stubborn like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to be mad for the rest of my life. I'm about to be petty and confrontational for the rest of my life. I don't care if God removed that from me. I don't care if Spirit said that's the fucking enough. I don't care if the universe is trying to give me something better. My better is being spiteful and angry about some shit that's no longer relevant in my life. And that's going to be somebody's downfall. That's going to be the sword that somebody falls on at this time. Holding on to shit and people that the universe has removed from you so you can fly lighter and freer and happier and move into better situations. And some people, guys, they just not ready to move on to better situations. They don't give a fuck about that, okay? They want revenge. They want to see people broken and sad because that's the way they secretly feel. And so that's another reason we gotta check self. Are we still mad about some shit, some old ass shit that's blocking us from new love, new money, new opportunities, new journeys? It's really time to get honest with self. I feel something big coming on, and I just feel like a lot of people ain't fucking prepared for that shit because they're focused on the weirdest shit right now, man. All right, the next thing I got was nosy people bored. Nosy ass bored people. That's where a lot of this is coming from. People are so bored because they don't have shit to do. And so they sit around all day prying into the lives of other people, their personal affairs, and it's all because they bored. Because I guarantee you, if they had a healthy relationship, a healthy hobby, or just something they like to do, or if they were just comfortable with themselves, they wouldn't even have time to be worried about what somebody else doing. I got conflict. There's that conflict energy. So these nosy ass bored people are just sitting around looking to cause conflict. And we already talked about that. The next thing I got was detachment. You are going to be detaching. People are going to be looking up and be like, yo, where's so-and-so go? I ain't seen them in a minute. What are they doing? Like, and it ain't even about that. That's not even the reason for your detachment. The detachment is happening because of this spiritual evolution that you having. You learning more about yourself. You tapping into a higher frequency is naturally going to cause you to want to spend more time with yourself. Because that's the book you need to be fucking reading right now. The book of self. Your personal book of shadows. You're going to be in this space now where you're thinking of all the things you've done in life and how to be better and how to sharpen yourself. A lot of wisdom is going to be coming to you at this time. And so you're going to be in that space. And it's going to be like a silent strength about you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to enjoy that. And some of the people are going to enjoy that. And then some of the people who need you loud and naive and loud and weak are going to fade away. You ain't even going to have to cut nobody off. This is just what's going to happen. Natural selection is happening in your life. The next thing I got for you guys was preserve your energy. Yeah. Because each of you are going to see an uprising in your life in its own way. And you're going to need your energy to take care of that. It's not to say it's good. It's not to say it's bad. It's just going to be, it is what it is. It's all about your perspective and how you tackle this. And how much energy do you have on reserve? Think of yourself as like living off the grid in a spiritual sense, an esoteric sense. You living off the grid. You know you can't be doing certain shit if your solar panels ain't built, if you ain't got the right battery packs and all this shit to power that house, that home, that vessel. That's yourself. And right now, a lot of us motherfuckers who's really in this spiritual shit, on this spiritual warfare, we are living off the grid. And learning how to preserve our energy, how to utilize our energy to power only the right things. You know what I'm saying? Being that spiritual, that esoteric minimalist, where you don't need a lot of shit. You know how to make it do what it do with the things you have. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, right now we ain't got time to be repeating ourselves and out here wilding out. The next thing I got for you guys was do not engage. Do not engage. That's self-explanatory. When you preserving your energy, you don't have time to engage in shit that you know is going to deplete it. You ain't going to run no washing machine. You ain't going to run no bullshit for 2-3 hours when you know your energy needs to be recharged and that vessel living off the grid esoterically. Right now, we ain't about to be wasting energy. We don't have time. Okay? The last thing I got for you guys was declutter. And that could be the mind. Some of y'all need to clean your desk. Some of y'all need to clean your workspace. Some of y'all need to get to that closet real quick. Knock some of that shit out. Organize under that bathroom and that kitchen sink. Esoterically, though, too. Not just on the physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of decluttering that's going on right now. Some of you guys might be watching this video while you cleaning up or decluttering some shit. You know what I mean? But it's the time now to just really get our spiritual, esoteric houses in order. Don't focus too much on the fluff. Don't focus too much on the distractions, the unnecessary beefs. Let people fight with themselves. You remove yourself, preserve your energy, and live a good life. That's all the fuck we ain't got shit else to do but try to make this life we live in right now a good one. You know what I'm saying? It starts by checking ourselves and getting our esoteric homes in order and decluttering and minimalizing the things that we exert energy on and checking the relationships in our lives. Can these be salvaged? Was I miscommunicating? Was I acting out of order? Like, we gotta start checking ourselves, because this next cycle we going into, these next relationships we going into, these next friendships and these new families we're going into and starting, we ain't gonna be able to do that shit no more. We ain't gonna want to carry that old toxic cycle of walking away and acting irrationally before we've already seen if things could be salvaged and fixed and restored and healed. We talk a lot about cutting motherfuckers off and da-da-da-da, but all that petty, unnecessary strife, that shit will age you and weigh you down and make you feel unhealthy and sluggish and lazy, and this ain't the time for all of that, gang. So yes, guys, those was your channel messages for this time period. I hope you guys are doing well, taking good care of yourselves. Thank you for all of your support. I am still on vacation until August. I will see you guys on the next live. All right, guys, sending you love, peace, and balance.